Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. Today's video probably geared more towards the person that's not living in Southern California. I'm going to be talking about what it's actually like living in Temecula in 2021. More of the local feel. I want to give you my experience and hopefully, for somebody thinking or wanting to make a change or wondering whether the grass is greener on the other side, hopefully this video will clear up some things and give you some ideas of whether or not Southern California or Temecula, more specifically, is right for you. Please subscribe if you're interested in the area, the Temecula Valley. We do, anywhere from 2 to 3 videos a week on the local market. We don't just talk about homes, but we talk about everything from restaurants to, activities coming up. So it's really helpful for, again, people not knowing the area. Also, we now have home searches in every one of our blog posts, in every one of our YouTube videos, which will be in the description. So if you want to search for homes, get an idea of what home prices are, check that out. So, having said all that, let's get into living in Temecula in 2021. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is just a little background of me personally. I'm from Canada and I've been in Southern California for around 15 years. And I want to be upfront. The first little while that I moved to Southern California, even though I was at the beach, the dream life for a 25, 26, 27-year-old, it wasn't as easy as people want to think it is. It's expensive, a culture shock for me for sure, coming from a town of 5,000 people, moving to Huntington Beach where there's hundreds of thousands of people all the time. Obviously traffic was an issue for me. And then also you have to realize if you're coming from another state, employment and, the stress that can bring for many people, or the lack of employment, or what you're actually getting paid and the cost of living. So all of those things you have to weigh out and be aware of coming from other areas of the country. Once I got established and I found sort of my path and where I wanted to go, and struggled for those 2 or 3 or 4 years, Southern California has been an absolute blessing and an amazing experience, and I really can't see myself living anywhere else. Now, in my opinion, everywhere I've lived in Southern California, Temecula is the #1 spot for me, and that's just my personal preference, and that's what I'm going to get into in this blog. I would keep saying blog post. I just wrote the blog post for this as well, but that's what I'm going to get into in this video is, maybe a little bit of a comparison of different areas. So it can give you guys an idea of Temecula, not only what it's like living here, but I want to compare it maybe to other places. Okay guys, so being a real estate brokerage, the one thing I have to start off with is homes. Coming from another state, you could be in for some sticker shock. The median home price, let's just call it right now $550 in Temecula. Or that could be a steal depending on, again, where you are coming from in the United States. For the people coming from big cities, this to me is the best of both worlds. You have everything here, but you really have the space. You don't feel cramped. You don't feel that claustrophobic feel that I personally, even though I love the beach, that's how I felt towards the end, right before we were leaving. We lived in a beautiful condo right on the beach, but there's always people walking by. It's cramped. We lived in a condo, 2-car garage, but I'm banging my knee and my head everywhere I go. You sit on the porch, in the summer, and there's thousands of people walking by your condo. So that was the one thing that started for me to get old at the beach. Now in Temecula, we do not have that. I absolutely love the feeling of having space, having an office, being able to live in a home that's 2,500 square feet that is not millions and millions of dollars. So this to me is the perfect living. Now, also what comes with Temecula, which I talk about a lot, which I absolutely love, is although Temecula is growing, the zoning of property west of us in Duluth, Los Ranchitos, Meadowview, the wine country area, because those parcels of land are zoned for anywhere from half an acre up to, I don't know, maybe 100 acres in wine country, you can't have developers coming in and putting 20 homes on these 5-acre parcels, especially, let's just say in Duluth. What does that do? Well, you're going to hit your max of population at some point. The only way really to go is east. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, with the lot sizes being what they are, there's not too many neighborhoods where you're going to actually buy a home and feel claustrophobic or that you're on top of everybody. One of the best things I love about Temecula is exactly that. And if you want, or you do have the option of purchasing a home, with 20,000 square foot lot, with an acre lot. So yeah, that's definitely in the housing industry a huge plus for me, and one of the things that I truly love about Temecula. Okay guys, so next thing I want to talk about are things to do in Temecula and why I feel Temecula is superior to many other areas in Southern California. Now, before I say that, one of the huge draws to Southern California, every city has something unique. It doesn't matter where you go in Southern California, that city will have something great for you. When I specifically talk about Temecula, things like golfing, wineries, patio dining, hiking, all of these things, along with the weather, you're allowed to do these things, or the weather allows you to do these things for 9, 10, 11, basically actually year round, besides some rainy days. But the one thing that I wanted to get across to people about Temecula is its proximity to so many of these other cities and other things to do. One of the things that we noticed at the beach when we lived there, yeah, we had the beach beside us, but we didn't really go to Palm Springs because it was too far with traffic. It would take sometimes 2.5 hours. Vegas, add another hour and a half. Yes, San Diego worked out. We never went to the mountains because, again, it added an hour and a half to our drive. One of the best things about Temecula is not only do we have all of the things that, are amazing to do in Temecula specifically, but we are also an hour away from the mountains. We're 45 minutes from the beach. We're 45 minutes or an hour to Palm Springs. So there's so many day activities that we can do. Julian is an hour away. It's just an amazing location. And it's sort of centralized to a lot of the best things that you can do in Southern California. Okay guys, next up, and I need to talk about this, it's important, I feel, for anybody not living in Southern California right now, just the stress levels that come with living in Southern California. I know you probably hear, that California is that laid back type of lifestyle. Absolutely it is. But there are things that are stressful in Southern California. As I mentioned in the intro, when I first moved out here, traffic, cost of living, the sheer amount of people are all going to be shocking to a lot of people moving to Southern California because they're just not used to it. Now, having said that, I wake up every morning and the sun is shining. If I want to have a day on a Sunday with family in December and have a barbecue, I can do that. If I want to go golfing any day of the year, basically, I can do that. So there are so many things that sort of cancel out the fact that, yes, it is more expensive to live here. I talk about it all the time. There is not one place that I've ever been in my life that I would rather be than here in Temecula right now. So if you're willing to work hard and look past and maybe struggle a little bit when you first get out here, it's obviously going to be a change in lifestyle. Once you get past that first month, 2 months, 3 months, and you start waking up every morning and, like I said, the sun is shining, or you're having barbecues in January, or you're golfing in January, you're sitting by the pool for 8 months of the year, that's when you really start to realize, hey, I made the right choice, and Temecula is going to be that and a ton more for you. Okay, next topic, weather. one of the things that will always bring people to Southern California is the weather. Again, I've said it 10 times in other videos. I am staring at the camera right now, and behind this camera, it is sunny and it is 75 degrees. It's absolutely beautiful out, and it's January 14th. You cannot beat that. In way of heat, yes, in the summer, it might get to 100 to 115, for 10, 15, 20 days. The 115, maybe a couple days a year. Now, is it 115 all day long? No, that's for 3 to 4 hours. Go sit at the pool, go swimming, or sit in your house. Bottom line is, the weather in Southern California is really, you can't beat it. Specifically Temecula, I prefer it more than the beach. The beach, you're gonna have a lot more gloom. There was one year we were at the beach, I think for a month straight, I didn't see the sun, it felt like. So, Temecula, every morning it seems you wake up, the sun is shining, and that's one thing I can honestly say that I really don't take for granted. A lot of people get in their routine and start taking things for granted. Having the sun every day is not one of them for me. When I go for my walk in the morning and it's sunny, hey, I realize how lucky I actually am. So weather is great, and one of the biggest reasons, you would want to move to Temecula. Okay guys, next up, food. Where else in America do you have 30 million people and different cultures? There's really any type of food that you want within a half an hour's drive of Temecula. I don't care what type of food you like, what type of food you're in the mood for, you can find it, again, within half an hour of Temecula. So in Temecula specifically, we spend a lot of time, at the wineries, because we like not just the food, but the ambiance, the relaxation that brings. And we also spend a lot of time in Old Town. We again, are more of the bar hop and then go have dinner somewhere. But the whole ambiance and atmosphere is what is important to us, not necessarily how good the food is. But for those people that are only interested in the food, don't worry, there's tons of restaurants, tons of different types of food. And if Temecula doesn't have it, there will be something, or there will be a neighborhood city or a neighboring city that has exactly what you want. Okay, so next up, that's important, especially from those small town people thinking about moving to Temecula, are the people. Tremendously kind and nice and hardworking is the overall vibe, I can tell you, for people living in Temecula. Again, I've said this many times, I've lived many different places in Southern California, and I will say that I feel the most comfortable here in Temecula. Growing up in a small town in Canada, you'd go to the grocery store and you'd see 5 people you knew, and you'd be talking about family, friends, all that stuff. It's not that bad here, but people are going to say hi. People are going to be helpful. People are generally happy here. You don't have the keeping up with the Joneses like a lot of times you'll see in the beach towns. So nothing wrong with the beach towns. I love the people there too. We have some great friends, but just overall vibe of people, I personally prefer Temecula. Okay guys, so there you have it. Just to wrap it up, if you are coming from another state, Temecula is going to give you that small town feel still with 100,000 people. Yes, it does get busy. Yes, there is traffic, but if you want to get away, if you want to feel, like you're out in nature with breezes and nice weather, Temecula is definitely something that you should look into. One of the things that I love about Temecula and Southern California is its conveniences. And until you don't have those conveniences, you don't realize what you're actually missing. For those people that are coming from the small towns, it will literally be shocking to you how much you have within a 10-minute drive of your house. So having said that, make sure you subscribe. Call us if you have any questions about housing. We do a lot of business in the area, and we're here to help you out. I've trained my staff we're not salesy. We're just here to give you information and be really good at what we do, and everything falls into place. So again, call us with anything, even if it doesn't have to do with homes. If you're coming here on a vacation, I know most areas really well around Temecula. I've spent years here. So thank you, and until next time, exploring Temecula.